Hello, gorgeous people. This is Dr. V coming to you with another love reading. And today we are going to be helping those of you who are struggling with some sort of a separation from the person that you love. It doesn't matter if they are a divine masculine or a divine feminine. We're going to be doing this reading from your perspective, you, this amazing creature who is watching this video right now. Again, the labels don't matter. It could be twin flame, it could be sacred union, immortal beloved, soulmate, really doesn't matter. All that matters is the connection you feel and the love that you have in your heart. So let's get started here. We are also going to be doing your charms. That's also going to be part of this reading, and we will definitely be getting to that. So let's go ahead and open up the reading with our first question for Spirit, which is, what is the current energy of the person that you love, the person that you are watching this video for? What is your beloved's current energy right now? What is your person's current energy? So let's see. What we are getting here is this energy of the Sun along with this Page of Pentacles and the Hermit card. So what I'm feeling here about your beloved is that they have decided to take some time for themselves right now. They've decided to spend some time in solitude because they feel that they have been a bit in the dark. They've been struggling lately with things that have been getting them down. And so some of it has to do with their material world. It also has to do with their material conditions. So they've been working on ways in which to find some balance, because I'm getting the feeling here that they have been working really hard to get some results in the material world. And so, see, this says yin and yang, darkness and light, stay centered in your higher self. And so that goes along well with this Hermit's energy, because this is the kind of person who knows that when things get a little overwhelming, when things get a bit too busy, what they do, instead of letting it trigger them or instead of letting it get them off balance, what they do is go back into themselves. They take that time. They kind of take that time out. It's a time out energy because they know that they have to come back into balance again. And so they're looking for that sun. They're looking to come back into positivity because there are things that have been going on that have kept them in a bit more of a negative energy than what they like to be in. It's been getting them down a little bit. So they know that if they found their balance again by really taking that time for themselves, that they can come back to some sort of a positive energy. So that's what they're all about right now. And I'm also feeling that these are the things that have been a bit of a struggle for them lately. There is some issue here in terms of your connection that has to do with religious factors or even just perspective, like spiritual perspective, mindset, religion, things that have to do with your views versus their views. And there has been some friction here. There's been something going on where their views and your views have been clashing. Dealing with how to make this connection or this relationship truly work in the real world. That has been a real challenge for your person. And so there is definitely an immature kind of energy here, an energy of somebody who is still learning, who's still trying to find their way. And so they're not good at dealing with the issues that tend to come up in any kind of a deep connection, a deep relationship that is going towards a real commitment. And that's exactly why they withdrew. Okay, so they withdrew because they couldn't find their balance in that. And so what their current energy right now is more of observation. They are just kind of sitting back and observing you. They're just kind of watching you from a distance. They are definitely keeping tabs on you, as in they are definitely checking your social media. They may be asking secretly people who know you, or maybe indirectly trying to find out from people who know you what's going on with you. They are still curious and they're still fascinated about your life and what you are up to. So that is really interesting. Okay, so let's ask Spirit the question then. Does this person that you love, that you feel this connection with, do they still think about you and care for you, or are they trying to actually put this connection behind them, right? We already saw that there is some sense of curiosity and fascination. They are observing, but what do they intend to do with that? Do they still care, or are they trying to put the connection behind them? Does the person you love, who you may be in separation with right now, do they still care, or are they putting the connection behind them? Where are they in terms of their current? Okay, so now this is interesting, because this to me is also a connection to that Page of Pentacles, which is again about the concrete aspects of their life, right? So they have been working on things that have to do with building up their own finances, their career, right? Because if they are to progress towards coming back into union with you, making you a real offer of a real commitment or a relationship, they feel that they have to have their finances and career under control. They have to have all their ducks in a row, and they don't feel comfortable doing that until that is the case. And so that is why they're also in this Three of Pentacles energy. Okay, when they think about your connection, when they think about you, they are still thinking about how they can build something solid here. Three of Coins is about architecting something, teamwork, and acknowledgement, right? Like they want to be acknowledged for what they're trying to build. And so there's an energy here of them feeling like maybe part of the reason why they are having the trouble with you, or that they are currently in some sort of little to no contact with you, is because I'm getting the feeling here that as they were working more and more, and again, take this as this resonates, because, you know, this is a general reading. So all of these messages may not apply to your situation. If you want specific guidance, that's what a private reading with me would be for, so we can go in deep on what's going on with you and your beloved. And so if that's something that you'd like to do, the link for that is in the box below. But for those of you that I am connecting with right now, I am definitely feeling that part of the reason why you guys are on some sort of a break right now is because this person started working more. They started maybe becoming some sort of a workaholic. They became somewhat, I don't want to say it in a negative way, but like obsessive with getting ahead in their work. There were goals that they had. There were things that they wanted to achieve. And so they became extremely focused on that. And because of that, they were not paying as much attention to you or the relationship as you may have wanted. And so there was something in you that was not feeling good about that. And so they felt that you, instead of acknowledging that they were really working hard so that they could have a future with you, it's like they feel that you ignored that and you were feeling bad about the fact that they didn't have enough time to spend with you. And so there's some level of hurt. There's some level of hurt in them about this. Okay. They felt that you didn't understand them. They felt that you didn't value their hard work because they actually did want to work with you as a team. That's also part of this Three of Pentacles energy. So this was something that was very important to them. And so, you know, what I'm also feeling here is that they right now, as of now, they are trying to rise above this says drama, obstacles, pettiness, find the strength to rise. So they're trying to rise above the emotions that came up, the things that happened between the two of you right now. Like they're trying to get out ahead of it because it really made them feel very bad. And so they are trying to, this discernment card is really about, to me, goes back to that hermit's energy, and that they are trying to figure out how to feel better, how not to feel so hurt and dejected, and then to be able to figure out what to do next, like what is their next step. And so what I'm feeling here is that they haven't quite decided whether they want to put your relationship behind them. It's like right now they're in this energy of wanting to get to a better place first, okay? Because see, this is the thing. There is a divine timing at work here. It says patience, perseverance, peace, trust that the divine knows when. So there's definitely something in them that is about not rushing to make a decision. Okay, they're trying to take their time so that they can come to the right decision. And they feel justified in taking that time. Like they're not feeling bad about it. They're not feeling necessarily bad about staying away from you right now because they want to be able to clear their head. I think that's what this discernment is all about. It's about getting their head cleared. So they want to first get stable. They want to feel that stability first. They want to take their time and they want to rise above whatever was the negativity that happened between the two of you, because see, they want a new emotional beginning. This Ace of Cups is about them wanting to start over. They want something new and they want to get away from how things were before. This is the Six of Swords energy. Okay, so this is the thing. They are trying to decide and they're trying to figure out, how can this connection be renewed? How are they, how, if they were to come to you when they're ready and talk to you about this, what would their kind of game plan? What would their strategy be so that the both of you can move forward? You can move away from the things that were, really tearing you apart in the past, the things that kind of brought you down, the things that came between you, the obstacles. How can you move away from that to a new beginning, a new emotional beginning for both of you? Like a refresh, a restart, a renewed commitment. So right now they are taking their time to decide, to decide how this can happen. And they are not in a rush. So that is what I'm feeling right now. It's like they want to do it right. And they're still also working on that Pentacles energy, right? That came through. So let's pause here. And I am going to give you your affirmation of the day. It's all about empowerment, right? It's all about being very secure in who you are and the choices that you're making and where you're going in your life. So today's affirmation, I want you to write in the comment box below and feel it deeply with that enthusiasm. It is, I can do this. I can do this. And this means all of the things that you have in your world, right? All of the things that you want to achieve, all of the things that you want out of life, you can do it. I can do this. Okay, wonderful. Now, let's then ask our next question for Spirit, which is, so what is keeping your beloved from coming back into your life at this point? What is blocking them or keeping them from returning to you? Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. What may be keeping them away from you? And if they could speak to you from their deepest self, what would they say to you? Okay, so let's look at this. Now, I want you to notice this. So what I'm feeling here is that there is this tremendous connection, but at the same time, there is something in them that feels the difficulty of it. And that is what is getting them down. There is an obstacle. There's some sort of a feeling of this is hard. This is challenging, right? It's like they have a desire for it to be easy. This is what is coming through. And again, this is a general reading, so take the message as it comes. But see, look at this. They want the world with you. Look at this combination here. It is absolutely luscious. The 10 of Cups with the World card. So in their deepest heart, they really do wish that they could have the world with you, because when they were with you, in the times when they felt that you were deeply connected, you were bonded, you were spending that time together, you were in sync, right? You were feeling the alignment. There was a reason why the two of you came together. And when that happened, there was something that ignited in both of you. And also there was a recognition. Both of you recognized in the other person that this could be the one for me. As in, they understand me. They get me at a level that no one else has before. And there's something in the way that they are with me, the way they talk to me. Look at this, the way they touch you. See, I'm feeling that both of you share this one bond very strongly, is that each of you feel that there is something very unique and special about the other person. It's the way you touch each other. It's the way you feel when you're together. It's the bonding moments that you have. You feel like you've come home when you're with each other. You feel very comfortable in each other's presence. And so naturally, there is this desire deeply within both of you to want the world with each other, to want that ease, to want that flow. And so I'm feeling that also you both came together at a time in your lives where you were really ready to open up your heart. Like you were really ready to be able to give to the other person, even if you weren't ready when it came to your 3D world. Like, you may not have been ready yet in terms of like a home, fancy things, a lot of money, right? You may not have been ready there, but you may have been ready in terms of just wanting to have that love. But what happened is that you weren't quite yet ready or mature enough for the obstacles when they came. And so, see, you have this Four of Cups energy. And the question was, what is blocking them or keeping them from coming to you? And that's what this Four of Cups is. It's the confusion of being dissatisfied with the options that are available to you. So your beloved is not able to make the choice of what would be the right way to make this work, right? Because the fact that you guys weren't ready for the obstacles, you weren't ready for the ways in which you triggered each other or didn't get along, right? There was some sort of difference in the way that you see things, the way that you analyze the world, the way you process life, the way you handle life that got between you in one way or the other, along with factors of that came up with like that religion, that mindset, maybe that culture, maybe just those perspectives. And so what's blocking your beloved right now is that they know that you have so much love between you, but this Four of Cups tells us that they just don't know what is the right solution. The solutions that they see in front of them, the options that they see in front of them are not working for them yet. It's like they can't see the path yet. It's too murky. It's too confusing. They're very confused. And so that's why they got this fertility card, because it's like they're looking for a new path, a new way to make this work. Is there something they can do? Is there something they can say? Is there something that they can do differently? Is there something both of you can do differently? What is the way here? They haven't quite found. And so they feel very much like it's too difficult. See, it's easier being with someone from my own world. So see, I feel like this also has to do with those religious factors that came in play from before, right? That there's something in them that feels that almost it would be easier to be with someone that they can have, or those shared ideas, those shared experiences with. But that doesn't mean that they would love them the way they love you. So I think that's the problem here. It's like, what happens when the person that you love the most, who you feel the most deepest connection with, may not be the one that is the easiest to get along with, right? Because you may have some clashing perspectives. But yet, if you try to go to somebody else, see, this is the thing. If you try to go to somebody else, they may be easier to get along with, but you don't feel that same connection. You don't feel that same love. So it's like, what do you pick? I think this is the problem with your beloved. It's like, do I pick easy, but I don't really love them? Or do I pick the person I really love, which is you who's watching this video, the person I feel so connected to, but it's challenging, it's difficult. So that's where they're at, right? And this is the reason why also, right, there is this incredibly strong bond. I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. And that is why even in separation, you guys have that fifth dimension bond. You are still bonded. You are still connected at that soul level, at that spirit level. And that is why they are still observing you. And that is why even though they have considered putting the relationship behind them, they just have not been able to. They're not able to make that decision. It's too difficult because it would be too hard for them to let go of this connection. And it would be for anyone, right? It's just too hard for them. It's too hard for them to let go of something this grand, this beautiful. And look at this. I'm trying to be deserving of you. Okay, so there is still something here that is so strong. They want a new way. They want a new path to make this work. Wow. So Spirit, can you please give us a little bit more depth, some more information on what could be happening or going on between you, the person watching this video, and your beloved? What could be going on? This is really, really interesting here. I want to show you the power of following your heart. Okay, this is so lovely. Look at this combination here. Follow your heart, which is this one right here. This heart that is soaring with its wings, as well as this heart that has the lock and key, right? The unlocking of the heart. So I'm really feeling that in the near future, for many of you, you and the person that you love are going to come to some sort of a reconciliation, some sort of an agreement that even though you have differences, even though you may have differences that have been really difficult to overcome, issues that have come up over and over again that have oftentimes kept you apart or made you stop speaking to each other for a certain amount of time or made you do that off and on kind of repetition, right? I think that many of you are going to have a conversation where you decide that, you know what, enough is enough. See this enough right here. So interesting. Enough is enough. You don't want to be apart anymore. And you really do want to follow your heart. That you're going to decide that how you feel in your heart, the connection that you have together is far more important than the obstacles. So I feel that you guys are going to come to a point where you are going to have belief, hope. Isn't that amazing? Belief and hope. You're going to be brave. And you're going to believe that your forever is possible, that you can come together again permanently so that this connection is your forever wonderland. I love this wonderland. It is so adorable, isn't it? It's just great. And so some of you, you may have L in your names, in your initials. I also though do feel that for those of you where L may not be in your initials, this also represents your love, which is definitely coming back. Look at this. And I love this wrench here because to me, this wrench signifies the fixing of this relationship, the fixing of this connection, that you both are going to decide that you no longer want to run from this. Look at this skateboard here. That you no longer want to run away from this connection because it's just not worth it. The pain of being apart is greater than the pain that you go through when you do have your ups and downs. So it's almost like being in this separation has showed you both It's only when you separated for this amount of time that you were both able to feel how painful that actually is. And even if you tried, even if you wanted, even if you're trying to put it behind you, you find that ultimately you cannot. You can go maybe a certain amount of time, and after that it's like, I can't do it anymore. I have to come back. So the skateboard to me is all about that. You may have run away, but now you're going to slide back in because you can't be away from each other. You're going to fix this. And I mean, look at these three. There is no greater indication here that you're going to choose your heart over your head. So you're going to be like, you know what? So what if we agree to disagree on things? So what if we don't see eye to eye on certain things? We're going to follow our heart. We're going to let our heart lead the way. We're going to follow our love and figure it out as we go along, because we have to have hope. We have to be brave. We have to believe. And so I'm also feeling that, you know, this is going to be a really beautiful time. Look at this butterfly. Isn't that gorgeous? This is going to be a time when you make this decision. You're going to realize that that decision is very magical for you. It's very transformational for you. And what it's going to do is it's going to make you, this connection, come out of its cocoon and become this beautiful, it's going to transform, right? It's going to go from, you know how butterflies are really that symbol of transformation, of coming out of the cocoon and blossoming, right? Taking out those beautiful wings and flying. And here we get the wings again here. So this relationship is going to fly and it's going to soar once you make this decision to come back to each other. Now I'm also feeling that there's this namaste here. So some of you, this is namaste means, right? Greeting each other again, coming back to each other. Also, some of you, this may be for some of our Indian viewers, right? This may be part of your story for sure. And look at this, Star Trek. So many of you, your beloveds may be this kind of really cool, maybe geeky, nerdy. Okay, I'm a Trekkie. I have to admit it. Okay, I have to confess. I cannot deny it. So I love Star Trek. They may be into science fiction. They may be waiting for that Star Wars movie to come out. Oh my gosh, I already have my tickets. I'm so excited. I already have my tickets for December 20th for the new Star Wars movie. So you may be, you know, your beloved may be that person who's that science fiction person who loves to geek out on that. That may be something that you, maybe both of you enjoy together. Maybe both of you are going to go on that next date to that Star Wars movie, you know? So that's also an indication here that the person we're dealing with may be of that kind of interest, right? That may be something that you guys share together. Wow, this is really beautiful. Really, really lovely. Okay, so that is so wonderful. I am so excited for you guys who are coming back into union from the separation. I hope that this reading has brought you a lot of peace and clarity. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And as you know, if you'd like to have a personal reading, say you are in separation, which many of my clients are, one of the most powerful things you can do is to have a personal reading with me where we can go in deep on what's going on with that situation and to help you to move forward. You can do that with the link in the box below, as well as there are links in the box below to the 3 oracle decks that I used in this reading and that I've created just for all of you who are really on this incredible journey to love. All right, so you know how much I love and believe in you guys, and I will see you all on the next video.